Guys, chasewins.com. Thursday, happy Thursday, everybody. June the 9th, 2022, and it has been a busy morning already, but good news, we actually got some more furniture delivered today, so we are about, I don't know, 55, 60% done with the move now. Rest of the staff, they're moved in, they're working from there, all but there's three people that aren't. They're still working remotely for now because we're still waiting on a few things to be delivered. And while supply chain is still screwed up because we have a president who is about, I shouldn't even just blame it on the president because he's so far gone, he doesn't know which way is up. But an administration that has their head so far up their ass and cares more about the fact that there's a gay press secretary than actually getting things done that are relevant to human society. Supply chain's still screwed up, and so what would have usually been a 3 to 4 week delivery on furniture, and then it kind of would have all come at once or within the same week at least, is being spread out over the course of about 8 weeks. We had furniture being delivered early, which was out of nowhere, and now every bit of the stuff that is left, even the stuff that has shown up over the last week, is all late. As of right now, what's still left to come is right at 2 weeks late. Luckily, we did get a call saying that some of the stuff that we were waiting on that was the most important, like beyond anything else that we needed to get two of the three, so to get, like accounting finished and things like that. So that the few people still straggling working remote could at least get in there and start doing that they were set to deliver on Tuesday, so we set up them to deliver at 11 a.m. So we're hoping that by this time next week, they can be in there working, and then obviously my office was last because I'm redoing my home office, and I can pretty much work from anywhere. As long as I can gather information, which I have people that help me, they know what information I require. And so to save on time, I can say, hey, I want you to pull me bullpen information for teams, A, B, C, D, E, and then I need you to pull me, starting pitching information, and then I'll start going through and finding my own information so it saves time. I can do that from anywhere. So that's irrelevant. That'll come last. But where we thought it was going to probably be, middle of July, into July, where we could finally say, okay, we're officially moved in, done, and we're settled. Looks like it may not take that long. May actually be able to finish it by the end of the month, which is still going to be tough, but it's looking up now. It's looking like it could be a possibility. So that's a good thing. That's a blessing. So I'm thankful for that. And got some traveling coming up this coming week for the Cal Ripken Foundation. Originally was going to leave this evening, but we actually pushed it back. I'm going to do it over the weekend. I'm going to leave on Friday's tomorrow. I'm going to leave on Saturday night. It's like an 8:30 flight. Leave out, do that. So I'll be there working there Sunday and Monday. I'll be with them on Monday, and then I will fly back early Tuesday morning. Probably be back. I'll be back to meet that furniture being delivered. Hopefully that morning. If not, I'll be back right around lunchtime. So a quick trip, but it will allow us to do the donation and what we usually do with them and set up what we are going to be doing next month, where myself and the majority of the staff, as well as we're actually going to bring out two people instead of one that did donations. One, we did the highest donation, so we already know that person. The other one is going to be by random draw, where everybody that donated or bought a package there where the funds were donated, it just went into a pot. We're going to draw a name. We're actually going to do that before the week ends, so that way we can announce, we'll get all of the information, so that way we can submit it to them. We'll reach out to those people in private just to confirm that they can attend. We'll pay for, if they can drive, great. If they're close enough, depending on where they live in the country, obviously we'll pay for their gas, whatever. But if they do have to fly, which is the more likely scenario, we'll pay for the round trip, we'll pay for room and board, we pay for their, at least 2 meals a day, all that stuff. And the good thing is, since we'll announce all this over the course of the next week, like, where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, and how you too can get involved if you want to. They don't let a lot of people, just come up like they would for just a typical random fundraiser. You do have to sign up prior to, and being that it is where physical work is going on, obviously there has to be safety precautions and things like that. That's why you have to be cleared. But we're going to do all that, but we're only going to be like a 35-minute drive from a casino that has a sports book. So we're going to make it, instead of just a 2-day trip, we're going to make it probably a 4-day trip, like 3 nights, 4 full days, where we can go in and get some content at one of the sports books that we've been in talks with for a couple of weeks now about doing some stuff. They actually record a podcast out of there every week too. I was on their podcast last week. If you want to go into the description below, I will get the link for it because it's not on Spotify. They're working on that. It is on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, things like that. So you can find it, within the main stuff, but they are working on getting all of their stuff for the past. Podcast has been going on now 2.5 years, so they're working on getting all that transferred over to Spotify, where you can go back and listen to past episodes. It's not just a sports betting podcast. It's more of a casino and gambling podcast. They talk more, probably about poker than anything else, but every episode they do a segment on sports and sports betting, which they started to use up more of each episode for, so I was thankful to be a part of that. We're going to do another one where we'll actually do it live in studio with them on the premises and put some big bets in, and we will actually not only be there with a client that can do it, they'll be there with their bankroll, so they'll know how to wager too because they're an all-access member, but we're actually going to give them, depending on what the card looks like for the night that we go, we're actually going to give them 1 unit per play on us. So, like, God forbid it were to lose, you lost our money, you didn't lose yours. So just a little perk of, donating in. We're still tallying up these totals. There's a few people that are signing up today that got their request in at the very, very end of it, and we got so many, it took us, almost a week following that to get through all of them and get them signed up. As long as those people get their payments in and get linked up before everybody leaves today, we'll be able to announce what the official intake was overall for the fundraiser. And then, of course, we match that so it doubles it, and that'll be the final figure that we're handing over. And I do believe last time we looked, we were only about 5,000 shy of being able to break what our goal was, and I have no doubt that we're going to break that by at least a few $1,000s. So that's a really good thing. But anyway, we're going to do a recap of what we did for Wednesday. That was probably the only day that we're going to sit there and say, it wasn't the greatest day ever, but it's not anything you're going to lose your mind about. But today is going to be, at least up until this point, the biggest day of the week. Now, we've had 2 huge days. We had no plays on Monday, as we've said, as you would have seen over the past few videos. But we come back Tuesday with not just a big day, but big in terms of how each of the investments were rated. So not only did we have 1 game of the week play on Tuesday in the NHL, which we cashed, we also had a 6-play MLB card with double top plays, both of which cashed, picked up 10 units of pure profit to kick off the week. So everybody that was disappointed they didn't get anything for Monday was like, man, that's going to put me behind. You come in on Tuesday and realize, no, you just got to enjoy the day off, and now you're going into Wednesday just as high up as you would have hoped to be. So we get into yesterday. It wasn't a bad day overall. I mean, there was a couple of bad swings that really took 2 wins away from us just because of 1 bad at bat. But that's the way it goes sometimes. That's how investing is. And you have to just suck it up and move on. And if you can't, you're in the wrong business. I didn't get upset last night. I didn't even think about it twice. We're on to Thursday and on to the biggest day that we are going to have thus far this week. I don't think that it's going to be the biggest day we'll have for the week in total because of what we've got coming up hopefully this weekend, which we'll touch on in just a second. But it's going to be big. Starting off, there is no NBA. There was NBA last night. The Celtics at home went up 2-1 in the series. We did not have a play, or I did not have a play on the side or the total. I did talk to some clients, and I told them that just like in games 1 and 2, I like the Celtics when they're getting points. Everybody knows you can go back and watch the video from October, the day before the very first NBA game was played of the regular season. My pick was Golden State to win it all. I did not hedge throughout the regular season. I did not hedge throughout the playoffs until the day before game 1 of the finals, where you had that day off. We knew it was going to be Boston after they beat Miami. Of course, I hedged Boston, for a few units. That way, it's guaranteed no matter what, whoever wins this finals, whoever's the champion, I'm going to make significant money off of it. Why wouldn't you? Yes, it's going to take away a little bit of the overall profit I could have made by just rolling with Golden State. But then if they don't win, okay, I lost a couple of units and I didn't get that big, massive, 12-1 payout. But then you go out on the other end of things and go, guaranteed money is always better than almost sure of money, if that makes sense. But anyway, so it's going to be a great series nonetheless. We've made a ton of money so far. Obviously, in Game 2 was the only thing that we lost whatsoever by taking the Celtics plus the points again, and Golden State at home in Game 2 just throttling them. I don't credit so much to Golden State. I do credit a lot to Curry, but to Golden State overall, I don't credit a lot. I actually, just blame the Celtics. Poor ball handling. They weren't thinking about things. They were playing careless. They were making stupid, careless mistakes, and that's what ended up letting Golden State break away with that lead to put the game away where Boston had no chance of coming back and winning the game. But Game 1, we went 2-0. Obviously, we did not win with the Celtics in Game 2. Game 3 last night, like I said, we did not have a play on the side of the total, but I did have a big premium play that we cashed. We'll touch on that in just a second. But as we've talked about, I told you that there were 4 big plays going into this week that I was looking at. One of them was a game of the week in the NHL, which we already had on Tuesday. A nice, easy blowout with Tampa Bay minus $1.15 in regulation. They won 4-1. Every single game of this series, except for Game 1, which was a 6-2 game, has ended in 5 points total being scored. So think about that, because we're going to touch on something in just a minute. Keep that number of 5 in your head. But we cashed the game of the week, and we've also got, I told you that we were looking at another big NHL play, and then 2 or 3 big MLB plays for this week, 2 of which I was for sure were going to make the cut in some level, be it game of the week or month, and then one that I felt would undoubtedly be a game of the month, if not game of the year, depending on how pitching works between now and then. So tonight, we do have a game of the month. It is in the NHL. It is in Game 5, Tampa Bay on the road again, taking on the New York Rangers. The series is tied at 2-2. This is probably the most important game of the series. Because if you think about what you've got a tied series. Obviously, you've got New York at home, so you have that home, that home ice. You would think they have the advantage. I'm not saying they don't. I still believe that Tampa Bay is the better team, and if they do a few things correctly tonight, and they don't get in their own head about a few things, I do believe they can take the series lead, go into Game 6, knowing that they've pushed New York against the wall, and that they've got the best shot of winning it. But even if they were to lose, then guess what? They get to go back home in front of their fans, and it's do or die, and that's where I believe that New York they've proven they just cannot win. So we'll see what happens. But tonight in Madison Square Garden, where it's definitely going to be rowdy, I have a big game of the month 7-unit banger that goes off. It's locked in. It's on the website. You get instant access the second you pick this play up. The game is set for 8:05 Eastern Time. I think actual puck drop is set for like 8:09, 8:10, whatever. We are going to be at the office watching this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the puck to drop. Once the puck drops, that's when somebody's going to go over and start taking the purchase tab off of it. It'll probably take 5 or so minutes for the link to actually be removed. But just know that when the puck drops, we're already working on getting that link down to where you would not be able to buy it. So get on this game, make your purchase, or get linked up with an all-access package that would include it by the time the puck drops tonight at 8:05, 8:10. It's scheduled for 8:05, so use 8 p.m. Get on it before or by 8 p.m. Eastern time, and that way you are guaranteed to not only be able to purchase the play, but to have time to lock your wager in and be able to win with us. This is a 7-unit play, guys. A 7-unit banger, a game of the month. Quite possibly the last game of the month. Well, no, it is the last game of the month that you're going to see. It's going to be it. Because this week, I do believe this series can end. And when it does, and you take a few days off, you're going to get into one more best of 7. It's not going to go into July, meaning this is the final game of the week that you're going to see for the 2021-2022 NHL season, which has been absolutely incredible, record-breaking to say the absolute least, something that I'll never forget as long as I live, something that has probably made my clients more money, the new clients, in a sport they weren't even expecting to make a lot of money in, and has turned people from skeptics to believers to lifelong clients, all in a matter of 6 months. Because in a sport like the NHL, where anybody can go on big runs, it's one of the hardest ones out there. Not quite as hard as Major League Baseball. I would say just every bit as hard as the NBA, if not more difficult, to stay consistent at a winning or profitable record. And we've done so since day one. We've done so for a 4th consecutive year, but we've done so at a higher rate than we've ever done before. Getting above 70% and not dropping below it, not even a single time, and still on the cuffs of potentially breaching that 75% for the year mark, making more profit now than we've ever made in a single season, well over 100 units made. And it doesn't matter what happens between now and the end, we're still going to be above that. But then if and when Colorado wins it all, that's just going to springboard us even higher because of those futures bets. The futures bet where we hedged with Tampa Bay, they're 2 wins away from going where we are guaranteed double-digit unit profits no matter what in the final best of 7 Stanley Cup Finals that will be coming up and starting at some point next week, probably next weekend. So final game of the month for NHL for this regular season and playoff. Bittersweet, but it's tonight. 7 units. Now there can still be more games of the week and such, so you may still get those. But game of the month, something that you guys have enjoyed all year, is the last one tonight. 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time is where it's set. Tampa Bay on the road, Madison Square Garden, to take on the New York Rangers. And I've got your 7-unit winner, and it's only $99, and it comes with the best pure profit guarantee in the business. You win, or you get 7 days, not 3 days, but 7 days of all plays, premium and daily top play across all sports. Absolutely free, no questions asked. So if you were to, God forbid, this play lose tonight, which it's not going to, it's going to be a blowout winner. Starting tomorrow, you get all the plays, and within 48 hours, you'll have your money back. You'll be turned to profit, and you'll still have almost a full week of plays that you're getting for no money. You will make money, but you're not going to need those extra days because you're going to pick up 7 units off of this game alone tonight. $99. You want a better bang for your buck? Use the discount that we've got in place for the 7-day all-access pass. It's only $199 instead of $299, and you're going to get 7 days of all-access treatment. That means every premium play, every daily top play, every game of the week, game of the month, game of the year, any play like that are absolutely included at no additional charge. That's only for all-access passes. You're also going to get NASCAR, which is not included in basic memberships, only all-access. You're going to get all that for $199, and I'm going to do you one better. That sale's going on this week, but today and today only until midnight, If you purchase it, I'm going to give you an 8th day for free and allow you to go into that grandfathered price recurring billing, where if you say, okay, I want to get it for $199 and I want to do $199 every week, obviously making sure that it's profitable, $199 every week instead of having to pay more than that the following week or 2 weeks from now, whatever, you can set up to do a recurring billing, and you can cancel at any time. But if you cancel, that price goes away. You will have to pay full price when you sign back up, because inevitably you will. But you can do $199 and it can just bill you on the 8th day, every 8th day, or every 9th day, considering this, because you're going to get a recurring billing and I'm going to give you an extra day for free. So not only are you going to get a $100 discount, but you're going to get 8 days instead of 7, and that can go at $199 each time as long as you want it for the next year if you want to. Just remember, when you cancel it, that $199 price tag will go away. And when you come back, you will be paying full price, not that prorated amount. So just remember that. But anyway, big game of the month tonight. It's going to follow up our big game of the week winner just 2 nights ago in the NHL on Tampa Bay. So we are going to hammer it tonight. Again, 8:05 Eastern time. It's on the site. You go to chasewins.com. You'll see it at the top of the page. You can purchase it, or you go down. It's just 1 or 2 below that, and you can jump on the All Access week. And I'll tell you why that's even better, because there's also 2 daily top plays tonight in Major League Baseball. So those are 3 unit plays apiece. Just between those 3 plays, the 2 daily top plays and your game of the month play, that's 13 units that you can make right there. You would have to pay $25 to get those daily top plays. Of course, that'll be included in an All Access Pass along with that game of the month. And then on top of that, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 7 premium plays in Major League Baseball that you're going to get on top of that. There's another 7 plus units that you're going to make, and you're going to be able to make 20 plus units tonight. That's what's on the table. That's worth $199 by itself, but you're going to get 7 days beyond that. So think about that. You can do that for $199. You won't have to buy the game of the month separately. It'll be included. But if you don't want to do that, you want to test the waters with a big play, $99, you can get the game of the month, lock you in. But for only $25, you can also lock in both of tonight's Major League Baseball daily top plays. Over the last 9 days, 12 daily top plays have been released, and we are 11-1 in those. So obviously for $25, you'd be crazy not to buy them. Both of those games are locked in. Both of them are at 7:10 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So first pitch will be 5 to 6 minutes after that. But go get on it. Again, you can do an all sports pass that gives you daily top plays and premium plays, but the all access gives you all that plus that game of the month and anything else that would be released. So obviously everybody's excited for this weekend to know that there's going to be at least one big Major League Baseball play. The thought of having potentially a game of the week and game of the month within 72 hours, it's not set in stone, but it's possible. If you're on an all access pass, you don't have to worry about buying it when it comes out. You're going to get it automatically within anything over the next 8 days. So think about that before you make your purchase and do what's best for your bankroll. And let's get on a free play. Oh, and I was going to tell you about the play last night. Everybody was asking because I said we went 1-0 in the NBA. We went 1-1 on daily top plays yesterday. I did not talk about those either. We did lose the Giants team total over 4.5 runs, but the top play that we did cash was the Atlanta Braves on the run line minus $1.20. That loss, that daily top play loss, we went 1-1 and split them, was the first loss in 9 days on a Major League Baseball daily top play. The first one. And, I mean, we had won 11 straight up to that point. So, and we won the one last night at 7:20. We just ended up losing the late one. So we've got 2 tonight to bring it back. And we are going to make it 13-1 over the past 10 days. It's just going to be easy. We're going to start another run, and we're going to go 10 days straight and beyond this time. So 2 big daily top play winners, both games set for 7:10 p.m. Eastern time, and then, of course, 8:05 p.m. Eastern time for the NHL, the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5, Game of the Month, 7-unit banger. Whoop. And then tonight, let's get on a couple of free plays. The main free play that I'm going to give you, like your official free play, and again, I know that I tell you what, I'm not even gonna overthink it. I'm gonna make this simple. I'm going Pirates Braves over 8 runs. It's minus $1.30, which I don't like, but it's accurate. Truth be told, I think this should be a 9.5 to 10 run total. And being that it's not, I just think that not only are we getting a gift, I think the minus $1.30 is, a joke of a line. This should be something that you should have to buy down to get it to 8 and pay $1.50 or more. And I think it's because if you look at what Atlanta has done, even when they went to Colorado, that opened up the floodgates for what was already a very prolific offense, a team that knew how to swing the bat very well. They were smart when doing it, but they lose Freeman. It was almost like they were skittish about it. Don't know why, but they were. So they start doing that, but then they go to Colorado. They know if we just make contact, this thing's going to sail 3 blocks, west. So they get there, they start swinging, and they get into that rhythm over a 4-day period, and they come out of it, come back home, and it's like they're still in Colorado. They're swinging. And they're playing a weak team like Pittsburgh. Case in point, 13 runs put across the board last night. That could have easily been 20 had they really wanted to just not take their foot off the gas whatsoever. So I do believe this is going to be a game where they're going to keep scoring. And even though JT Brubaker for Pittsburgh has been one of the better pitchers for Pittsburgh on the road, I think Jose Quintana's been better on the road than he has because all of their pitchers are shit this year, especially JT, but he will be good. He's still finding his own. I think that the way the Braves are swinging, I don't think if he goes 4 innings, he could keep the Braves from scoring any less than 4 runs if his life depended on it. So there's no question to me that the Braves are going to get halfway. Actually, I think they're going to get over halfway to this total by themselves and before the 6th inning. But tonight, with Max Fried pitching well, definitely better than he was in the early going, he's hanging things in the corner. He's leaving those off-speed pitches in the corner. He's hanging them inside. And even though Pittsburgh is not a good hitting team, they're an aggressive swinging team. They have the mentality of, we can't score runs by going out there and trying to methodically do everything as if we were Houston or as if we were LA or Atlanta or San Francisco, or hell, Boston. I told you how Boston was going to be a threat this year. Look at them. This is one of those things where they just say, we got to swing for the hills, hope pitchers make mistakes. It puts runs on the board. We'll inevitably win some games. And maybe we'll end up not as bad as we think we will. We'll get more money invested into us. Maybe we get a good signing. And then next year we go and we start actually making traction to get back into relevance within the NL Central. They're going to swing, no doubt. No question about it. And I don't think Max Fried's going to be the guy to keep them off the board. So I think a minimum of 2 to 3 runs for Pittsburgh. And I think 5 minimum for Atlanta. I think this is a double-digit run game, no doubt. So your official free play is going to be over 8 runs. And I guess your side play is going to be, in light of Joe Madden, the greatest manager, God, in history, in my opinion, I'm going to take Ohtani and a pick 'em tonight to finally break their losing streak against Boston and to make Boston have one hiccup. So Ohtani, Trout to kind of seek revenge on behalf of Joe Madden, who they loved and who I love. So there's your free plays. Go get on the game of the month. And let's go fucking smash your book right in the mouth. Good luck, everybody.